Xinet version 17 comes with the ability to use triggers and actions to create versions on your file server. The triggers and actions allow you to have complete control over what gets versioned, where it gets versioned, and why it gets versioned, so you can have very granular control over the versioning. In my example, I'm going to open up an image on my full press server called drinkinggirl.psd, and I'm going to open that up into Photoshop. So this is how the image currently looks. This is the version that's available to my user at full press level. You'll also notice that there's only one version of that file available to me on the file server, so I cannot use an older version at this point. From the web browser, you can see that I can also see that image right here in the web browser, and if I click on it, it will take us into the new media viewer that ships with version 17 of Xinet. On the left are all of the functions that are available to us for this image, and one of the buttons here is called versions. If I select that, you can see that there is currently 18 different versions of this file that have been created on the file server. Now obviously over here on the actual file server we can only see the one version at a time. So maybe I need to go back to a previous version, so let's select an older version here, version 12, last modified on the 25th of July at 3:35 AM. So from here we can use the button here that allows us to promote that to be the current working version on the file server. So when I select this button, it will take off the underscore 012, and it will put this version back on the file server, and it will update my web preview with the version that we just selected. So as you can see, we now have the version we selected. This is the version that's available to us in the web browser, and if we go back to the Finder on the actual full press volume and open up the image, you'll see that it's now the black and white version that we selected. Xinet also introduced this new Compare tab in version 17.02, and if I click on this, it allows us to be able to preview the current version alongside one of the previous versions that are on the file server. So I can select any of the previous versions of this file and compare it against a current version or an older version by selecting these options here. This is a very quick overview, and we would be more than happy to give you a full demonstration of all of the version 17 functionality.